Hey friends, today we are going to talk about a very interesting and very important point. This really a topic which is very near and dear to my heart. What is that? It is really the trends in senior living and senior aging. You might ask why? Because we have a aging population, especially in United States, and the aging population is increasing in the entire world. Right now there are about 1.4 billion people who are 60 plus years old, and that is going to be doubled, yes, doubled in 25 years by 2050. So you can imagine the importance of senior and senior housing. So you might ask that, okay, what is causing all this? Well, there are a few factors. Of course, one of the factors is that people are living longer with better medications and better health and fitness routines. And then, of course, better food and all that. I'm not comparing today's age with thousands of years age ago. No. I'm not comparing today's age with Noah's age. This is nothing as compared to that time. But in the recent time, average age has tremendously increased, and now even 85 plus population is increasing as well. So like I said, 60 years plus age people will be doubled in the world population in 2050. It's 1.4 billion now. So that being said, the demand for living for seniors is going to increase. So what must we do? So that's the reason you see the trend in the United States, particularly people have been building senior homes, senior livings, and assisted livings. So what is really the difference between assisted and senior livings? Assisted livings have more amenities, more programs, and they basically offer in-house kitchen and meal plan, and then maybe some medication plan, and they provide 7/24 management. Whereas the typical senior living is just age-restricted housing. But the new trend in senior livings came after the COVID. So you gotta really divide this population and the importance of this population pre-COVID and post-COVID. So you got to understand, COVID really impacted the senior people the most. Most of the death were in senior livings and assisted livings, even though they had more care, sort of nursing or whatnot. But unfortunately, they were more vulnerable, and hence they died in a greater number. And then again, after COVID, the economy and prices in the entire world have tremendously increased. So now it is getting more difficult for people to afford. So people have to rethink about their strategy, because assisted livings were really getting much lower occupancy. They used to be 80 to 100% occupied, but then after COVID, they had a very tough time filling their spots. So the industry had to rethink, and I did some study as well, and that's my belief, that there will be a new model, which I call it your own Mickey. So my Mickey is different than others' Mickey. And one, I have to tell you, any industry you are in, you have to differentiate. And the way to differentiate, that you will do your research and then you come up with your model based on your vision. So, I'm in real estate development, and I'm in that business of developing senior or assisted livings. And I do some studies on that. And I realize people want to live in senior livings instead of assisted livings. Why? Because an average assisted living room, one bedroom unit, cost about $7,000 to $10,000 per unit in Northeast in United States. Whereas the senior living home would cost only $3,000 to $4,000 per unit, and this could maybe even a bigger unit. The assisted living unit ranges from 350 square to 700 square feet, whereas a senior living unit range from 600 to 1,000 square feet, or maybe even bigger. Now, why is senior livings? Because people still want to live in community. They want to feel a family situation. Well, of course, everybody want to live in their own home. They want to retire in their own home. But if they can't, then they would like to live with other people, because they want to enjoy the company. They want to enjoy the amenities. But unfortunately, those amenities are usually not provided in the senior living homes. So we came up with a model which is getting very, very popular, and that is you build a senior living instead of an assisted living, where you do not provide in-house kitchen for the whole community. Yes, you will have individual kitchens in the units, and the units will be a little bit bigger, and there will be more parking available, but what you do is you also provide some amenities which are not typically provided in senior livings. They are provided in assisted living. So what you do is you provide a gym, you provide a clubhouse, you provide an activity room, you provide some physical therapy or some third-party services. So it's very, very important that you provide the service to whoever needs the service. Because if you provide the service and 50% of the population of your community don't really use the service and don't need the service, why should they be paying for all those overheads? They are not needed by them, because no assisted living have everybody at the same skill level or requirement. Some people need medicine care, some people need nursing, some people need no help. So what would you do? Then you build the basic model with the amenities managed by the third parties, and whoever needs it gets it, and whoever doesn't need it doesn't get it. So in this way, the whole facility does not have to deal with high operation cost and don't have to amortize that operation cost on the residents. So that's the reason an assisted living unit costs about $7,000 to $10,000, because they're providing meals, they're providing cleaning, they're providing medicine management, they sometimes provided nursing, especially in the memory care units. And by the way, the memory care units are $12,000 to $15,000 per unit. So all those things. But then there is the biggest senior population that want to live in the community, that want to have some programs like a clubhouse, a home theater, a chapel, a gym, and some other amenities, but they do not want to pay for expensive services. So what you do is you build a beautiful facility and you don't provide those activities or those programs that is not needed by everybody. You provide the offices, the space, and let that space be managed by the third party, and whoever needs it, get it, and they pay, and that still be less. Instead of paying $7,000 to $10,000 per unit per month, now you are paying $3,000 to $4,000 per unit per month. And even if you get third party service on a small medicine management or some else, maybe 10% of the community needs it, then of course the 10% of the community pays that small fee. And in this way, everybody enjoy a nice environment, a very beautiful, healthy environment. And by the way, that also minimize the load on the town or the city you're in. Because if you're building an assisted living, it needs certain type of licenses, it needs certain type of staff, it needs ambulatory service, it needs more connectivity with the fire department, with the police department. Now you don't have any of that. And especially if you have a memory care unit, then God love you, because you need a lot more support. Now, when you do not build all that, I'm not saying that everybody should do that, but I'm saying that is the new trend for lots of the senior livings being built in the new areas. Now, because that takes care of the housing need, especially for increasing population of seniors, but that also make it affordable. And that's what I want to discuss that with today's very quick discussion, that basically the new trend is building more affordable senior livings instead of full-blown assisted living with third-party programs, so that more people can afford and they can enjoy, they can still have a community feel, they still have a clubhouse, they have a home theater, they have a chapel, but they don't have to pay $10,000 a month. They just pay typical rent of $3,000 to $4,000, which is usually 1 to 2 bedroom cost nowadays in the Northeast in a good area. Anyway, until next time, keep watching our videos and please share, discuss, and give us your feedback. Let us know what you think about our program. And we are trying to build a brand new facility in Northborough, Massachusetts. We're turning that from assisted living to senior living with all the amenities with third-party services. Thank you for watching. Have very happy, healthy livings, my dear seniors.